Hi, I'm Pat Pirelli, and this is Magic Smear, and I am the founder of Pirelli Natural Horsemanship and the creator of the Pirelli Partnership Program. My goal is to inspire you to become a real horseman, because I can help you with a program that is step by step, level by level, because it can help regular people get extraordinary results. Let me introduce you to Alicia. She's going to share with you the first step in the partnership program.
Level 1 is where it all starts. You will develop a better relationship with your horse on the ground, and we will teach you the ABCs of natural horsemanship, and you will learn how to really be safe with your horse. And once you're ready, you can audition and get awarded with your level 1 string.
Now let me introduce you to Erin for your second step.
Hey guys, welcome to level 2. This is where we're going to take all those ABCs that we just learned in level 1 and start to build words with them to truly develop the language of the horse. Level 2 is all about expanding our groundwork skills and starting to have fun in the saddle as we gain the skills that we need to be the riders our horses always hoped we would be. Once you officially graduate your level 2, you'll be awarded with your blue string, and then it's on to level 3. I want to take a moment here and welcome our Director of Education, Julie.
Thank you, Erin. This is the perfect part in your journey for us to introduce you to a supplement to your Levels program curriculum. And this supplement is called our Savvy Club. This is our monthly membership that we offer to students so that we can accelerate your progress. We can give you encouragement, support, and community as you continue on in your journey through level 3 and even beyond. Not only will you be provided with new weekly content, you'll have a new video added to your library every month. We're also producing 4 quarterly magazines, and you're gonna have the opportunity to join us in live Q&As with licensed Pirelli professionals from all over the world. So at this stage, come over and join us in our Savvy Club monthly membership, and then continue on into level 3.
Now I'd like to introduce you to Robin to talk about our level 3.
In level 3, you'll start playing with your horse at higher gaits and from further distances. You will also be introduced to Liberty, where you play on the ground without any halters or ropes attached. This helps develop a strong connection and bond with your horse. The riding portion of level 3 involves developing your independent seat and learning to use the natural power focus like never before. As you've already learned in our achievement program, each time you pass a level, you'll be awarded a different colored string. In level 3, that is your green string, and then it is on to level 4.
Well, you know, I've just rolled in here, and I'd like to introduce you to Julie and have her come back in and tell us all about our 4th step in our program.
As you've already heard, we have a Levels Achievement program here, and as you graduate each level, you earn a different color Savvy string. Well, here at the culmination of our Pirelli Partnership Program, you're gonna earn the coveted black string. Once you've achieved this, you are qualified then to apply for our externship program, which is our pathway into our professionals program. This is a career path that we've designed to empower you to not only live your best horse life, but to help others achieve theirs as well.
Now that you know about the Pirelli Partnership Program, I'd like to personally invite you to come here where we have filmed all of this for you at the Pirelli Landing in Johnsonville, South Carolina. This is our campus. Whether you'd like to come study for a week or 2, or you'd like to have a residency program, become a professional horseman, you got my personal invitation.
Visit Pirelli.com to learn more about the Pirelli Partnership Program and to sign up to come study at Pirelli Landing.
Old Bill Dorrance one time, and he was kind of a bent over old guy, and he walked along and he stopped and he said, "You finally did it." And I said, "What'd I do?" And he goes, "You gave it a name." He said, "I like it." And he took his cane and he whacked me right on the butt and he says, "Now get out there and go share it with everyone. He was still hanging on to the word. So it was a way, a philosophical way and a conceptual way, and there's nothing dogmatic about it, but there is a skeleton that you can follow. And it's pretty simple. They've got to accept the human, accept the saddle, accept a rider, then eventually accept the process of the bit. Not just putting the bit in, but the whole process of taking a horse from hakima to freno, which is the old California way of saying from the hackamore all the way to straight up into the bridle with one hand.
Welcome to the Pirelli Natural Horsemanship Network. This video is going to introduce you to the three main parts of the Pirelli network, the first of which is our community. Here on the homepage, you'll find the main feed, where you'll see posts from Pirelli Natural Horsemanship and also from students just like you from around the world. Share your story, posts and pictures. Comment and share each other's posts and get to know people who are journeying the same path alongside you. The second main area here on the network that I want to be sure to point out is the home of the Pirelli Levels program. And the Pirelli Levels program is our step-by-step, level-by-level blueprint for teaching you how to train your own horse at home using communication, understanding, and psychology. So if you're just getting started in Pirelli, the Pirelli Level 1 course is the place to begin. Level 1 is going to introduce you to all of the essential groundwork skills you need to build a language with your horse, to have fun, and to stay safe. And it only gets better from there. Level 1, of course, leads to Level 2, where you're going to add on the riding savvy freestyle and an introduction to liberty. Level 3 takes you more in depth into online groundwork, liberty skills, and freestyle riding, and gives you just a taste of our force savvy, which is finesse. And then Level 4 is the culmination of the Pirelli Levels program. And it is the ultimate guide to teaching you to have refinement and precision in all areas of your horsemanship. So please head over to Level 1 and get started today. If you're new to Pirelli and you just want a taste of what the Levels program has to offer, then please take a minute to explore our Discover Pirelli level. This is our free level where you're going to learn a little bit more about the history of Pirelli, and you're also going to get 8 free lessons from Pat Pirelli himself that are going to give you a taste of what the Levels program is all about. So you can try these out and then head over to Level 1 if you'd like to get started. The third area that I want to be sure to highlight for you today is the Pirelli Savvy Club. Our Savvy Club membership is a subscription level membership that includes not only new digital education content released monthly, but that also gives you full access to the Savvy Club's historical resources and learning videos, which includes over 8,000 hours of education and content. In addition, you'll receive weekly member minutes from a Pirelli professional. We have weekly Savvy Q&As, live Q&As with our professionals team, virtual study groups, Savvy Club member exclusive webinars with Pat Pirelli, and quarterly Savvy Times magazines delivered to you digitally or in print, depending on your level of membership. There's also discounts on education and equipment within the Pirelli shop and member pricing for all of our corporate Pirelli campus run courses. There are so many benefits to the Pirelli Savvy Club, and we also offer you 3 different levels of membership: Essentials, Plus, and Premium. And our Essentials level has both a monthly subscription and an annual subscription. So if you want to take your natural horsemanship education to even a higher level, the Pirelli Savvy Club membership is for you. Thank you so much for watching this video, for taking a minute to explore the 3 main sections of the Pirelli network: our community, our Pirelli Levels program, and of course our Savvy Club membership. We're so glad you're a part of the Pirelli Natural Horsemanship Network. We're here to help you have a better horse life by keeping it natural using communication, understanding, and psychology. We'll see you on the Pirelli Network.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the grand opening of Pirelli Natural Horsemanship's Pirelli Landing Campus. Woohoo! We are so glad to have you all here. It is such a privilege to be able to share this beautiful place with you. And I think that song set the perfect tone for us. So I know Pat is going to be sharing not only about his love for horses, but his love for this campus, and most of all, his love for the mission of making the world a better place for horses and the people who love them. So, to kick this all off, I would love to invite you to join me in prayer, followed by the national anthem. So please join me. Heavenly Father, I just want to thank you for this beautiful day and for the privilege that we have in this country to come before you and to gather together and to have a celebration today of true relationship. And I want to just thank you for being a God of relationship. And because of that, because of your Son, Jesus, we can come not only into relationship with you, but into beautiful relationship with one another and with your creation. Thank you for the gift of the horse. Thank you for what it teaches us, how it helps us to be better people, better partners, better leaders, better friends, better co-workers, better parents and siblings. Thank you for the gift of that, Father. And on this beautiful day, I just want to ask your protection over us. I want to ask that you would put your hand all over this property. I ask for safety over everybody who's participating. And I ask most of all for your blessing on this campus for years and years to come, that it would be a place that people can come to grow, to know more about the horse, and it will stand as a legacy for generations in this beautiful town of Johnsonville, South Carolina, of all things that are possible in relationship. I lift all this up to you in your name. Amen. Gentlemen, please remove cover and join us as Kara sings the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you so much, Kara and Caton Ryder Pirelli. All right, you guys, we are thrilled to have you here. This is our official kickoff and our welcome to Pirelli Landing. And I would love if you all would just take a moment and direct your attention to the Jumbotron here. we're going to play a special video for you, welcoming you to Pirelli Landing.
Hi everyone, Pat Pirelli here, my wife Kat, and we would like to welcome you to Pirelli Landing in Johnsonville, South Carolina. And you're probably wondering, why did we pick Johnsonville, South Carolina? Actually, we didn't. Yeah. We picked this beautiful, unbelievable property, and we're excited to tell you all about it.
Yeah, why don't you start with the horsemanship side of this?
Well, first of all, I always try to look at things from, if I'm going to be training horses, developing horses, what could I do on a piece of property? The ground has to be good. There has to be a variety of terrain, places to ride. So it had everything. It was called Sand Hill Plantation. So the whole top piece of over here, huge meadow, and it's all sandy, and it's the kind of sand, not too sandy, but just sandy enough, you know, and it's beautiful green. The place was beautifully landscaped and fenced. It's got 4 lakes on it. You can see some of the lakes behind us. It has 6 creeks, even has a river down at the bottom end of it, and miles of trails. And so between the arena, the trails, the tracks, it was a 3-day eventing property before. And so it's got jumps everywhere, cross-country jumps. It's got every kind of facility and ground that would cost millions of dollars to put together if you had to artificially put the sand in or do all the different things. And it's all here, and it's just as natural of a place as possible. Nature everywhere.
Yeah, I think one of my favorite parts, it's funny because Pat and we had looked at, I don't know how many properties. I didn't drag Pat to all of them, but we had looked at so many properties, and we were here for
10 minutes.
10 minutes. And it was like, this is it. I mean, it's just such a unique place. Johnsonville is pretty remote, but the wonderful part is that you feel like this is all that exists when you're here. But if you just, with a 20-30 minute drive, you're to some of the smaller towns around. And then if you really want to go tourist.
Well, Myrtle Beach is 30 miles away.
Yep.
And probably takes 40 minutes to get over there. And then Georgetown, all the different beautiful communities, lots of rivers around here. It's just a very unique place. And you know, another thing that's really interesting that we found out as we got here was that our clients can fly from all over the world in the United States to either to Atlanta or Charlotte, and then take a little hopper and go to either Myrtle Beach or Florence. And both of those are 30 miles away. So it's like it just boom, 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 you're here. But when you're here, you feel like there's nothing else. You go out the gate, turn left, and now you've got the whole community around here. And it's a farming community, and the people are really, really southern, and really, really nice, and really, really welcoming. So we just love it here.
Yeah, and what's on the campus to offer you guys, and this is probably one of my favorite things about Pirelli Landing, is that there's so much here to immerse yourself in nature. We named this Pirelli Landing, but we honestly thought about Pirelli Park because it feels like a park. And that's really the feeling that we wanted. There are beautiful places all over the property that we've set up that if you want to journal or just take some quiet time to yourself, you can go there, sit by yourself, almost meditative. The property really feels that way. There's beautiful hiking trails that you can experience, of course, horse trails that you can ride on. And then we have a great community feel. And if you're staying here on property, which you may or may not be, depending on what you've signed up for, I hope that you are, because it's a really great experience. If you are, we have a beautiful cottage. Maybe you've rented the whole cottage or you've rented a room inside of it. If you've rented a room, definitely going to immerse yourself in the community. You're probably going to be sharing with others. If you've rented the whole thing, it's just a very quiet, quaint, full historic home. Actually, it was one of the first homes on the property. We have a pine house back in the woods that's just really situated beautifully. If you're faculty and you're coming to teach, then you're going to experience that. There's just so many different elements to this property, and I think no matter where you are, there's something really special to find, which is something I really enjoy. I walk a lot, so you'll probably see me out and about in the afternoons walking. Pat will be riding, I guarantee it. If I can drag him on my walks, sometimes I do it. But we just love exploring it, and kind of every nook and corner has something unique. So we're excited to welcome you here, and we look forward to having you.
Yeah. I was going to say, one of the things I really love is if I, no matter what direction I head, here, it's a unique feeling. So like I never get tired of the product. I don't feel like I got to go put my horse in the trailer and go somewhere else and go have a fun ride somewhere. The arenas are great. The ground is great. The tracks and the trails, you can trot and canter on everything around here. If you really want a little tally-ho, you can jump to your heart's delight.
Or ride in the dressage arena.
Yeah.
We kind of have all the different landscapes. So I would encourage you guys, before you arrive, if you go to Pirelli.com, scroll down to the very bottom footer, no matter what page you're on, scroll all the way down and you'll see a link and it says Campus Accommodations and Visitors Guide. Click on that. You'll learn all about local restaurants. There's not too many options, but there are good ones. And you'll also learn about local grocery stores, kind of what to expect, what to pack, all of the things that you are probably wondering right now that we may or may not have covered. Go there, check it out. If you have any questions, our whole staff is here to help you, and we can't wait to welcome you. I hope you can feel how very glad we are to have you here at Pirelli Landing. I know there's quite a few new faces in the audience, quite a few people that I don't recognize, and quite a few people who have probably never been to a Pirelli event before. So I just want to take a moment now, right here at the beginning, and introduce myself to you. My name is Julie Pivison, and I am a horse lover. So I know that there are a lot of horse lovers out there, I'm pretty sure, right? And I want to start with that because it's what we have in common. I think it's what brings us all together. This mission of having a relationship with our horses, this dream that we have of, for me, it is almost being able to ride off into the sunset, to be able to have a partner who understands what I'm asking her to do and who is a willing participant in everything. So I did not grow up in the horse world. I was just the anomaly in my family. The only track that we have back to horse loving is there's one picture of me in a pink blanket with a horse on it. But other than that, there were no horses in my life. But somehow I just had this dream that someday I would be able to be a horse owner and interact with them whenever I wanted. And so I chased this dream. But like so many, I ended up with tight finances and lots of injuries. And eventually, I found my way to a Pirelli event, just like you guys. And I was sitting there in that seat saying, I want to be there someday. Like, that's my dream. And I'm going to do whatever it takes to get there. And you know what was so powerful for me is that it wasn't a mystery. It was a program. It was a step-by-step, level-by-level horsemanship program that I could study at home and figure out not how to just be okay, not how to be mediocre, but how to have a really great horse life. And so fast forward, what I have to honestly admit is a few decades. And here I am. I'm a 5-star instructor with Pirelli now. So we have different levels of instructors. And as you develop and grow and invest more time in the program, you move your way up through the star ratings, just like you do through the home study program as you're learning your horsemanship. And I'm also the director of education with Pirelli. So I work hand in hand with Pat and Kat, who you met on that video. And our goal and our dream is to make the best horse life available to each and every one of you. We want you guys to be safe. We want you to have fun. We want you to achieve excellence. We want you to live your dreams. We want you to jump if you want to jump, to slide if you want to slide. We want you to win if that's your heartbeat. If what you really love is just going out to the barn and smelling your horse, If that's what really makes your heart sing, we want you to be able to do that in a way that is safe and enjoyable. And we want this program to live on so that my son and his kids and their kids and their kids can still have the magic of a relationship, a true partnership with horses. So, over the decades, Pat has gathered around him a team of people as passionate and horse crazy as he is. And so, just before we bring him into the arena, I have one more video to share with you. It's a little tribute to Pirelli through the years, so please direct your attention back to the Jumbotron for this video.
I'm Pat Parelli, and I have loved horses for as long as I can remember.
We don't want our horses to be afraid.
Since 1982, I've been sharing my knowledge to make the world a better place for horses and the humans that love them.
Right rein. Now left hand over your mane. Left hand over your mane. Yeah!
I'm here to help you have a better horse life, and so your horse can have a better horse life. My mission is to make the world a better place for horses and the humans that love them. So I put together a program, and the hub of the program is our level program, levels 1, 2, 3, 4. So this program is so simple, even adults can do it. We have to prove to our horses that we are partners, not predators. And if we can use communication, understanding, and psychology, we can obtain true horsemanship. Because this is what it's all about.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you please join me in welcoming into our brand new Pirelli Partnership Pavilion, Mr. Pat Parelli.
righty. Good morning, everybody. Oh, come on, we can do better than that. Good morning, everybody. Raise your hand if you love horses. You got any horse lovers out here today? It's a good thing because there's only two kinds of people in the whole wide world. Horse lovers and the other kind. Raise your hand if you know someone who's the other kind. Can you imagine what they say? You ever heard someone say, I don't ever want to own something that eats while I'm sleeping? You ever heard that? Who's ever heard the other kind say, horses are dangerous? Horses cost too much. How about this one? You ready? Horses stink. All right, now here's the horse lover's test. You ready for the horse lover's test? You get home, hard day's work. You get out there and there's your horse waiting for you, and you get out there and you look around, make sure the other kind ain't looking, because you do this. You get out there and you get a big whiff of horse. Who'd like to get a big whiff of horse? Then I know you loving horses. The horses are nature in its finest form. Horses are super special. In fact, the horse is named Equus. All righty? On three, everybody here say the word Equus, or if you want to say Equus, either one's fine by me. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh, come on. 1, 2, 3. Means equal us. The dog might be man's best friend, but the horse completes us. How many people ever woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning thinking about your horse? All right, then you know you got the disease. But horses are designed by nature to frustrate predators. If not, there wouldn't be none around. The only difference between a horse and a squirrel is 1,200 pounds. They both know they taste good. You see, horses are prey animals and human beings are predators. Matter of fact, they're the ultimate prey animal and we're the ultimate predator. And not only are we predators, but we are pack animals. You ever notice people gang up on things? In the old days, they have lynch mobs. Nowadays, they just got a thing called, internet. That's what it's called. Oh, man, can people get on that thing and have some keyboard courage and start talking about things they don't know? Hey, you guys know the definition of gossip? It's knowing all the details with none of the facts. Oh, my God. But not only are human beings predators, and not only are we pack animals, but we are primates. We are monkey see, monkey do learners. How do you think you all got your accents? I was born in Oakland, California, so I could be near my mother. You got it. Say, hang in there, guys. You'll get it. They're going to come thick and quick here pretty quick. You'll get it. Hang tight. We are primates, so it's natural for us to lean, pull, grip, and grapple. So I don't know about you, but who would like to be really good with horses someday? Really good. Who'd like to be so good with horses, even horses thought you were brilliant? Okay, well, here's the secret. All you got to do, number one, there's only two things you got to do. Number one, watch what everybody else does and do the opposite. That's it. Number one, that's all you got to do. Just watch so instead of doing what they do. Number two, find a program that is truly principled of putting the relationship with the horse first. And that's what I've done. I'm a learnaholic, folks, and I'm a shareaholic. I've learned everything I'm going to share with you. Today, my job is inspiration, so you'll want the information. That's all. We're here to share this with you. And I'm going to do something right now that is going to make somebody kind of mad at me, but that's all right. I've done that a few times. I'd like to introduce to you my wife. Please welcome. Here she comes out here. This is her name. So if I can get her out here, she said, don't do this, but I'm going to do it anyway. Come on, sweetheart. This is my wife, Kat Pirelli. Please welcome my wife, Kat. So we're Pat and Kat. I met her at a handicap riding program one day, and my son, Caton, and I, who did the flag for you this morning. We usually did the fundraiser for that handicap riding program, and for about 6 years, and 1 year they said, we have somebody else who's going to take your place. And I said, well, I got to go see who the heck that was. And that's who it was here, my wife, Kat. There you go. Yeah. Okay. Please welcome her. Did anybody here enjoy the pretty gate out in front? Huh? It's all her. She designed everything on this place there. So let's give her a nice hand. She did a beautiful job. All right. So I've learned everything that I can, and I try to share it with everybody. And there's only two kind of people in the world when it comes to information. There are simplifiers and there are complicators. And complicators think simplifiers like me are complicated. My job is to help regular people get extraordinary results. The talented people don't need me, but I could save them a decade or two. Talented people don't need me because they get it anyway. I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's music. I don't care if it's horses. I don't care if it's skydiving, gymnastics, dancing, building fences. Some people can build fences. Some of them can't. Stand up right here. This is Rodney Altman here. He's one of the best fence builder in the country right here. He built, helping us put all this stuff together here. And we have been here now 1 year and about a month. And we have met the nicest folks here. They didn't care if we were famous or not famous or what we'd done. They just cared if we cared. And I'm really excited to be in this part of the country and to have been felt so welcomed. We've met some of the nicest people since we've been here. If I could give you something right now, here's something everybody's been told about horses. You ready for this? Number one, horses are simple. All you got to do is catch them and saddle them up and get on. Hell, there's a pedal for each foot. Then kick them to go. Look what happens when I kick my horse. Pull them to stop and use the reins to turn. The secret is don't just catch them any way you can. Get your horse to want to connect with you. And you're going to see here in a moment, connection is king. Number two, find out what side of the corral your horse woke up on. Who's ever had a bad horse day before? Okay, we all have. Well, I'm going to try to share with you a program. When I started learning how to fly in aviation, they had this thing called pre-flight checks. Anybody ever taken a flying lesson without a pilot before with the help of your horse? You know, two things that always are going to win in the end, gravity and microbes. They're going to win in the end. So, number two, instead of kicking a horse to go, how about if we bring our energy up and just bring our life up? And then how about if we want to quit going, how about if we go to sleep? See, nobody told you how to quit riding. But because we're primates, can I show you what most people do? You ready? Watch my hands. You ready? Giddy up a little bit. Now watch my legs. Ready? Whoa! And this is because our nature is to lean, pull, grip, and grapple. So the secret with horses is to learn how to lift and push. So instead of using the reins to turn, how about we use the reins to shape, and we just sit up here and we turn our body, you see? This is the secret, not using the reins. Can I show you in half a second how I can look just like everybody else? You ready? You see? You even see barrel racers running around the barrel. They run around the barrel, and the horse goes wider because he's going, I'll jump away from something that's yelling and screaming and yeah. We got to learn to get over here and push them over there. You might learn some things today, but I'm more than likely you're going to learn about things. Again, my job is inspiration and information. And my job is to help you get regular people, get extraordinary results. Throughout today, we'll have some demonstrations. I'd like to share with you a really fun situation here. When I met Kat almost 6 years ago, she had this horse right here. His name is Para, and she had imported him from Europe. And three professional horse trainers had told her he was dangerous and told her that she should euthanize him and collect the $300,000 insurance policy. She now rides him around bareback and bridleless. This horse, everything that they tried to force him to do. Now, what I want you to know is that people have tall bodies, okay? We're primate, we're pedestrians. But horses, they have long bodies. See, that body's long, and we can push that horse around easier than we can pull him around. And so if we can get a horse to understand that we understand, and if you don't do it just right, you're apt to piss your horse off. Oh, there we go. So this is Para, and he is one of the nicest horses in the world. I'll have to move him around here for you a little bit. Just give me some music, would you please? Let me just play with him for a little bit. Isn't that a beautiful horse? Can you imagine the ignorance that it would take to call yourself a professional and to say, this animal is worthless, he's dangerous, he should be euthanized. Today, the horse industry remains quite primitive and oftentimes shameful. Raise your hand if you've ever seen somebody do something primitive and shameful to a horse. It's got to end, folks. Where knowledge ends, violence begins. Got to show a horse who's boss. The horse industry is predicated by these four things: chauvinism, autocracy, bovine fecal matter, and ego. Some people have so much ego they believe their own BS. The horse is the truth. And if you want to get good with relationships, you've got to know the horse. Kat, Julie, and I have started a foundation. It's called the Horse Foundation. It's an acronym for honoring our relationships through savvy education. Savvy means you do the right thing at the right time for the right reasons. That's what I teach people, how to savvy horses. But here's the real deal. What if the horse is the ultimate prey animal and we're the ultimate predator, and if we can figure out the relationship that it takes? 29 or 30 years ago, I did an audio tape called Humans Are From Mars, Horses Are From Venus. And then some guy copied me and wrote it about men and women. True story. We can figure this out. We can be better with our loved ones, our families, with our friends, our neighbors, our employees, our employers, our countrymen, other countries. There is something missing today, and it's really too much automation, too much cement, too much pavement, too many gadgets and gadgets. Country kids don't need all that stuff. We got trees to climb, woods to play in, creeks to cross. And the horses are nature in their finest form, and if we can convince the horse that we're truly his partner, if he wants to be with us, horses will run faster and jump higher out of heart and desire. Right now, I've worked with 5 different Olympic teams. Yeah, let's euthanize this critter. What's going on here? What'd you do to my stick? I'll get a bigger hammer, I guess. We've worked with WindStar Farms. Started 75 horses for them. They've had 2 Kentucky Derby winners so far and 1 Triple Crown winner. Seattle Slough, thank you. Seattle Slough is also, his owner, Dr. Jim Hill, is one of our customers and one good friends. And we're working right now with a young lady named Maria Costa who's on her way to the Olympics. A little later on, I'm going to introduce you to one of my students who is the #1 para-equestrian in the world right now. She lived with us for 6 years, sent her to China, trained her and her horse, and she came home with silver and gold. And then 6 years later, she got into reining horses, and she's now the world champion, handicap reining. My son, who you saw out here, had hydrocephalus when he was born. They said he would never walk or talk after 3 months of age. He went into a coma. When he was 12, he had a stroke. He walks, he talks, he rides, he slides, he spins and wins and turns and burns and drives everything on this ranch, including his dad, crazy. And he's won 6 belt buckles against able-bodied people, and he won the very first handicap reining program in the world. So I'm here to help regular people get extraordinary results. We've started this foundation so that we can have generations to come to create scholarships, to create the facilities that it's going to take to make the world a better place for horses and humans that love them no matter where they live or what they can afford. As you can see, we've picked a beautiful place here on this planet. I've been a lot of places. Matter of fact, tomorrow morning I have to get on an airplane and go to Italy. I will be over there for my 4th trip this year to Europe. I'll be over there for 11 days. I've been to Australia 41 times. I've been to Europe 39. It'll be my 40th trip to Europe tomorrow. Been to South America. Right now, we have over 200,000 students in 73 countries, including Texas. No, thank you. Somebody there's a Texan in the crowd. So, what I'd like to do right now is let you know that to make things simpler, not only do I have videos, but I put together, thanks to my wife Kat and Julie and my team and all the people that are helping me, put together a pedagogical, step-by-step, level-by-level program that you can learn at home. Over 200,000 students are learning without ever meeting me. And my goal is perpetuity. We bought this property so that your great-great-grandchildren will be able to be here someday, if that's what it is. So I'm going to bring in some students right now that are going to play with regular people, getting extraordinary results. We'll introduce them to you in just a little bit after it starts, after we get them here. And I want you to watch them play with their horses. They're going to start on the ground. You know, you think about horses, we always think, most time we think about riding. It's more than that, way more than riding. We're going to have some, when I was about 25 years old, I got a puppy, about my 4th one, and I decided I was going to do it right. And I took puppy training lessons and then learned how to do dog obedience. Raise your hand if you know somebody who has a dog that's not obedient. Most people don't even get the dang dog right. So I thought, why don't people do that with horses on the ground? So what you're going to watch here is something, you can see some exercise. By the way, I am the founding president of the Coalition Against Lunging Horses. Chasing the horse in a circle until he gets tired. We're going to play with horses' nature. You're going to see some things here on the ground. And then you're going to see them take those same relationships, thoughts, and skills and put it to use on the horse's back. So what I'm hoping to do, again, my job today is inspiration. So you'll want the information. You'll want your kids and your grandkids to come be in this program, to come right here. All of these students here are professionals in the making. They're in a 3-week course. They're all from Europe. Everybody except for Robin, I think. And who? Oh, and our neighbor. This is right over here, 14-year-old Emma Kate Altman. There you go. Give her a nice welcome. We'll introduce everybody else here in a second. Music Man, Mr. Music Man, please turn some music on and feel welcome to put your hands together anytime you like when you see something you like. When you take off the halter and the lead rope, there's only one thing left, folks. The truth. Let's see what happens when they take off the halters and lead ropes. Let's cross our fingers anyway. Can you see why there's so many skinny Pirelli students? One thing about my program, 0 calories. Do you raise your hand if you know somebody who has a horse that cannot do this with their horse? The whole world should be able to do this. Regular people can get extraordinary results. You just need to do the opposite of what everybody else does. And you know what the opposite is? Step 1? There are 54 million horses in the world today. That means 20 million horse owners, roughly, and about 19,799,000 of them don't do the Pirelli program. So step 1, do the Pirelli program. That's all you have to do. You know, but don't do like what, you know, you ever seen a husband get a Rand McNally map before GPS and then leave it in the back seat? When you get the road map, use it. Let's see what happens if we could get on our horses. Long body logic is what it takes. Horses have got long bodies. Humans have got tall bodies. We've got to learn how to play with horses zone by zone, not just The head is zone 1, the neck is zone 2, the body, we sit in zone 3. Zone 4 is his hips and zone 5 is his tail. We got every kind of horse here. See this little Palomino horse and the little white one? They were wild cracker Mustangs a year and a half ago. We caught them 30 horses, wild Mustangs, out in the wild, out in the prairie. The tall mare over there is not only a thoroughbred, she was on my television show, The Horse Tamer. She was the most problem horse we had in Ocala, Florida. 80,000 horses in one county, and she was number 1. Look at her today. Robin, with the red hair out there, she's got a beautiful Morgan mare, 20-some years old. Every kind of horse. The big black horse, half draft horse, half quarter horse. Every kind of horse. This little horse right here has just turned 3 years old. Let's have some more music, please. Give him a hand, guys. What do you think? Pretty amazing. Can you imagine what good moms and dads these young people are going to be someday? Every good horse had a good dam. Every good mom raised a good man. In the old days, there used to be a lot of grandma, great-grandma on the farm. Not so much anymore. I'd like to introduce, first of all, you see the different kind of horses out there? Let's see if I can point something out here for you. All right. Lily, raise your hand. Raise your stick in the air, sweetheart. All the way from Germany. Next one, all the way from Europe. Next one, Germany. Next one, Italy. Next one, oops, Alabama. No. And doesn't even have a banjo. Next one, Italy. No, Switzerland. That's right. And then all the way Germany, Italy, and next door. We have just recently, as of September 1st, became licensed as a vocational college for natural horsemanship in the state of Southern Carolina by the Board of Higher Education. And I'd like to introduce you right now to Ken Wingate. Ken, would you come out here, please? Ken has served on the many boards, including the Board of Higher Education. And Ken and his wife, Kathy, in case you didn't know, what we do here is we take, like a barber college needs heads of hair to cut. Well, we're teaching these young people how to train horses using communication, understanding, and psychology. And we also, the horses that are here, after they've gone through our program, we find forever homes. So Ken is a double recipient of our program. So Ken, please, would you mind tell everybody a little bit about your story and who you are and what you've experienced?
Pat, I would be honored to tell you a little bit of our story. But first of all, on this beautiful afternoon, welcome to South Carolina, all of you from Europe. And what a gorgeous day and what a blessing to be with this Pirelli family. We've asked it once, but how many horse lovers are there in this crowd? Let's put the hands up. How many horse owners are in this crowd? Let's put the hands up. How many of you would like to live a better horse life? Put your hands up. Well, let me tell you briefly my little testimonial. My wife, Kathy, is here. We are South Carolinians. And a year ago, when we heard that Parelli was coming to South Carolina, we said, let's go over there and spend some time with these wonderful people and get to know them better. So we did, and as we came and discussed our horse life, it was not a dream, it was a nightmare. So my wife had a 5-year-old gelding Tennessee Walker. I had a 20-something-year-old Appaloosa mare, or I should say a nightmare. And when Pat said, how's your horse life, Ken, Kathy? I said, let's be honest, it's not very satisfying. And he said, we can fix that. Bring your horses from Columbia, leave them with us for 8 weeks, and we'll see what we can do with them. So 8 weeks later, we came back to Pirelli Landing, and I'm here to tell you, a 6 or 5-year-old Tennessee Walker, who was the biggest, scaredest animal in the world, who was afraid of his shadow, who was afraid to be caught, who was afraid to get into a trailer, at Pat's direction, and with Kathy holding the reins, he could be walked up to and bridled and saddled. He could be walked right into a trailer. He had turned into a Labrador Retriever. He was a puppy, and he is, to this day, the calmest, gentlest, kindest, still a little bit scared, but no longer afraid of his shadow, that you would ever believe. 8 weeks of playing the 7 games. Now, the Appaloosa mare was a different story. Non-able to be rehabilitated into something pleasing, beautiful, and satisfying. And Pat said, you need to get rid of the nightmare And what do you really want, Ken? And I said, this is what I want, Pat. I want a dream horse that I can trail ride. And I'm not the best rider in the world, just ask Pat. But I want one that I can leave to my kids. And I want one that my grandchildren can play with and walk beneath his feet without getting trampled, or kicked, or injured. And Pat said, I have your dream horse, Ken. We've raced him right here. His name is Guapo. He's a 5-year-old quarter horse gelding that was born at Pirelli in Colorado, was imprinted at birth, and he's the calmest, gentlest, most enjoyable animal on the face of this earth. And I'm here to say you, Kathy and Ken are living their dream horse life. If you want help with your horse, bring it here to be trained, for you to learn and for it to learn. Guapo even teaches me. He can do the 7 games better than I can. And when I walk in the pasture, put the halter on him, he immediately starts doing the 7 games on his own, and I'm not exaggerating, voluntarily, just to show me that he loves having fun and being with me. I want to say, God bless the Pirellis for their vision with this horse foundation to change the way the world treats and raises, trains, and loves horses. And I'm so excited to be the littlest part and the worst horse rider on this property who's living the biggest dream horse life. Thank you very much, Pat and Kat Pirelli.
Thank you, Ken. Oh, so to give you really an idea, I had this vision of trying to help regular people get extraordinary results. Because when I first started, I wanted to be a world champion, cutting horse, reining horse, and all these different things. And I've won a few championships here and there and got a whole stack of belt buckles in the house and all the stuff you think you dream of. I had a 14-year bronc riding career, in case you didn't know. I rode bucking horses till my brains came in. And I was Rookie of the Year in 1972. In case you're wondering, I recently turned 65 years of age. More recently, 71. Fixing, kind of aiming in on this March will be 72. But I realized what people needed was 7 things: attitude, knowledge, tools, techniques, time and imagination, and support. Some of the greatest horsemen on the planet have helped me. Tom Dorrance, his brother Bill Dorrance, Ray Hunt, Ronnie Willis, Troy Henry, who I apprenticed with for 5 years. That's how I came up with this idea. These students are here on a 3-month-long program. You know why it's only 3 months? Because they're not U.S. citizens and they can only stay, their visas only let them stay here. Our school is going to allow them and others to get student visas in the near future. Our certification is going to help us change the world, help us make the world a better place. To be able to teach anybody, young or old. Oldest student I've had start this program was 93 years old. And she started the program at 93. And she got all the way to level 3 in our program. We have 10 levels. She got all the way to level 3. These are all level 4 graduates working on level 4. So how it works is that we teach people how to play with horses on the ground, first on a rope, then at liberty. Then we teach them how to ride naturally, and then how to refine that and start to learn how to use the reins properly, how to shape the horse, how to do the different types of sophisticated maneuvers, and then finally to compete and then become professionals. So you heard him mention the 7 games. There are 7 games that horses play with each other The first one is, I'm a horse, you're a horse. Oh, good. I'm not afraid of you. But I'm the boss. Who's ever seen a horse do that? So the next 6 games are the dominance games. Who's going to win? All right? Now, it took me 35 years to find out that neither horses or women like this. Men and dogs are okay with it, but so the idea is that we've got to know what does it take to get horses to want to be with us. Number one, the Ode to Carrot cologne helps. Number two, we've got to learn how to show them that we have leadership. Horses move each other with either steady pressure or rhythmic pressure, either series of kickings or they come with their teeth. So we teach people to teach their horses to yield from pressure. So if I put some pressure there, to yield to that. If I put some pressure here, yield to that, okay? If I put down here with my leg, move over. So we teach that. Then we teach people how to use rhythm. Then we teach people how to play what we call the yo-yo game, which is going forward and backwards on a straight line. Then we teach people about circles. Then we teach lateral movements. We call it the sideways game. Then we teach horses who are born skeptics, cowards, claustrophobics, and panicaholics by nature in various degrees to be okay with going in, over, or through scary things. We call it the squeeze game. Those are the 7 games. We'll talk more about it there today. And this is what they've learned to do, is to play win these 7 games with their horses on the ground and in the saddle. So this program, I got to tell you, basically I learned all this stuff, but all I did is I put it together as a program. But it's so old, these techniques are so old, it's new again. I've worked with some of the greatest horse trainers, circus trainers. I've worked with several different types of animals: dogs, cats, fish, ostriches, giraffes, rhinoceros, elephants, dolphins. When I had my facility in Florida, the head dolphin trainer at Discovery Cove was one of my students, and she would bring all her dolphin trainers up to Ocala, and we'd play with horses. I'd take all my students, we'd go down and play with dolphins. So learning how animals feel, think, act, and play, and how each specific breed or species has these unique characteristics that we need to be aware of, and what do we need to do to attract them and get their respect and get them to want to follow us. Julie has been a student of mine for over 20 years, and I've seen her grow from a young lady who just wanted to get along with her horse to somebody who is at a professional level now, and even a competitive level. And she helps Kat and I by having it's like the iceberg. I'm the tip of the iceberg, but it's all the stuff underneath, all the stuff behind, all the stuff below that my support team, which Kat and Julie and others are on, and Julie is our head of education. She makes sure that all the things that she's learned over the last 20 years, the skeleton stays true, and it's helping me pass it on. I'm so dang passionate about inventing new things and being creative that she keeps me grounded and keeps the program grounded. So let's give Julie and Kat and all my staff a big thank you. Julie?
Yes. Can we give these externs a big round of applause?
Let's give our riders, huh?
Thank you guys so much.
If they graduate after 3 months, they have to pass with 80% or higher after 3 months, and then they get their first star. Today, Julie is a 5-star instructor, and I have here with us one of my only 6-star instructors, and he's been with me 40 years, Dave Ellis. Where are you at? Please stand out here, Dave. Come forward. Come out of the shadows there. This is Mr. Dave Ellis, and I got to tell you a quick story. 40-some years ago, he gave me a guitar lesson, and we've been trading guitar lessons for horsemanship lessons for over 40 years, and he got the better end of the deal. I promise. Kat loves me to play solos. Solo, she can't hear me in the house. So let's give Dave a welcome. He flew all the way out from California.
That's so good.
What are we
Kat,
up to next, Julie?
Can we dismiss our externs? Because we've got something special coming up next, and they're a part of it. All right, so let's head them on out. Thank you guys so much. One more round of applause as they make their way out of the arena. Y'all did so good. Okay, Pat. So we've got something really special coming up for you guys in just about an hour. But before we get to that, I want to share with you what is going to happen next. And here's what we've got planned. We want you guys to be able to go out and explore and experience Pirelli Landing at its finest. And I think the weather's cooperating, and I know the horses are cooperating. So we've got some things for you to see. So here's your first option. When we head out on break, if you head due this direction, there will be some wooden picnic tables across the drive. You're going to see them under just a beautiful tree canopy out there. And we are going to do some walking tours. They're going to last about 10 minutes. So if you feel up to walking for about 10 minutes, that would be a great option for you. And it will start about 10 minutes after we break from here. So that'll be the first option. And then our lovely extern Fiona from Germany will run back to the picnic tables. And 15 minutes after that first tour started, guess what? Another tour will go. So you have 3 different options to get a tour during our next break. We're also going to have externs playing in here. They'll be riding around with horses on our dream horses. So of course, the horses that Ken was referencing that Pat and his team have developed here to resale onto Forever Homes. So you're going to see those horses.
Also, I'm going to play, we have a Liberty jumping arena. Okay, and this para and some of the others were here, are bred for jumping. Hey, para, got to be with me. There you go. And so I'm going to be doing some demonstrations over here on the other side. It says "We Are Pirelli," and it is a Liberty jumping arena. So we're going to be playing with horses at Liberty in that pen there, in this pen here, horses on long lines out here. Mm-hmm. And then several of the students are going to be riding around. So please feel welcome to ask any of them any questions you have about their experience, what they've learned, how long they've been in the program, how they got here, what they're going to do afterwards. Yep. And
yeah, a couple more things. We've got, of course, the food trucks are here. There are tables just in this area that you walked in before you got to the check-in tables. There's some tables against that far fence, and we're going to have some of our staff and some of our externs there. If you're interested in coming here to Pirelli Landing to study, if you're interested in hearing more about our event, I don't think we've told them about it.
We're having a big event in March, aren't we?
We didn't even tell them about it yet, Pat.
Yeah,
you want to tell them about it?
We've got our annual summit. Mm-hmm. It'll be our 45th annual summit that we're going to do. It's called the Horse Psychology Summit. 3 days long in March. I believe it's the
20th through the 22nd.
Yeah, 20, 21, and 22. And that's going to be right here in the Pirelli Partnership Pavilion. Who would be interested in winning a free ticket to go to that? Who would be interested in winning a pair of tickets to go to that? Because later on, when we come back, we're going to be having a giveaway, and that's a couple of the things we're going to give away.
Exactly.
Plus, all the stuff that I invented over years ago is over in that shop there. I was looking for a lead rope, a rope that I could play with horses on the ground. One of the number one troubles people have is, besides catching their horse, is loading in a trailer. And I quit counting after 17,000, after I decided I was going to get good at it. And so in order to do that, I started using yachting braid, which if you go feel the ropes that we use, is a special rope. And I'll give you a demonstration later on why it works so good. And our whole thing is not lead ropes, but training ropes to teach people how to do it. So all the stuff is going to be there. We're going to have, if you want to go look at there, the Cimarron trailer that's attached to our truck is there. I've left it open if you guys want to walk through there. So this is our home. You're welcome to it. If you want to just unlax for a minute. We've got beautiful fishing ponds over there and out over there. You can just go out and go kind of commune with nature. What else, Julie?
Well, we have a special surprise for all their kiddos. Do we have any kiddos?
You got any kids here?
I see one.
Wait.
What?
Wait. Stand up if you're under 13 years of age. Let me see how many youth we got here today. Stand up. If you're little bitty, stand on a chair so we can see you. I want to get that little guy up on the chair. Get that little guy up on the chair. We got to see the little guy in the gold shirt. We got some special things over here. The horse I'm riding, his name is Magic. Her name is Magic's Mirror. She is a clone to the greatest horse I ever rode. Magic lived for 30 years. I flew her all over, and she was flew her to Buckingham Palace because one year, about 14 years ago, the Queen of England asked for Pat Pirelli to be her birthday present. And I flew this horse's clone mother, or well, it would be the original. And so this is that. So we have over here, for all the kids that want it, all you parents and grandparents, go over there. We've got free lunch boxes that've got a whole kit inside to play with horses. They can use the lunchbox later. So you go over there. We've got it for every kid that's here. One of the things that we're going to have is an initiative. I talked to Senator Mike the other day, who's in our jurisdiction, about our initiative for youth. Emma Kate Altman, who you met out here a little while ago, you'll see more later, is on our free hands-on youth program. She comes out here about 5 or 6 days a week for free because we're putting it together. You know what we want? We want more South Carolina youth to come out here and be a big part of this and be some of the greatest horsemen on the planet. We'll even take them from North Carolina. So I got all these Europeans, but I want some folks from around here. So we're pretty excited to do that. So we've got the free lunch boxes are over there. They're called Mini Magics. It's got a free horse toy inside of it. It's got a map on how to play with horses. It's an educational product and it's a fun product. So for the sake of perpetuity. So I'm going to ask everybody here to do something. Please stand up. Everybody, please stand up.
Before you explain that, Pat,
yes?
We're going to take just about an hour for this break. We've got a really exciting program
and
coming
giveaways
for you after. And giveaways, but you must be in your seat at 3:24. 3:24 on the dot in your seat for our giveaways.
Giveaway. Okay? So what I'm going to ask you to do is we're going to do this thing called a savvy clap, which means we're going to take our hands and clap them together like this. And the reason we're going to do this, we're going to say savvy, is that we're going to take everything that came into our heart this morning, so that it goes in our heart through our mind, and then maybe someday it'll become a part of us. So everybody please put your hands together and say it with me loud. You ready? Savvy. Let's work together, folks, to make the world a better place. All right. Who's ready to learn something more about horses? All right, on three, I want to hear a yeehaw. You ready? 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Oh, come on. Yeehaw! You ready? 1, 2, 3. Yeah. And some people wear jodhpurs. So for those folks, we're going to do a tally-ho. You ready? 1, 2, 3. Tally-ho. Very good. Somewhere between yeehaw and tally-ho is a very good place. Because what we do here is not English. It's not Western. It's everything. It's non-denominational. It's a foundation for any specialization that you want. And that's what good horsemanship is. And I want to give you a definition. You can write this down if you want. True horsemanship is the perpetual and progressive series of habits and skills that both horses and humans need on the ground and in the saddle to become perfect partners in preparation for purpose and performance. You can write that down if you want. In other words, real horsemanship is about knowing how horses feel, think, act, and play, no matter whether you're on the ground, in the saddle, no matter what age the horse is, what type of horse, what breed of horse, what the challenge is. I had 40 questions. Hey, Doc. Had 40 questions come to me, maybe 43 out there, and they were all simple little questions that could be answered if you understood the program. I don't want to have to teach you how to fix this or how to fix it. If I could get you to understand that your horse has 4 systems, a rapport system, a respect system, an impulsion system, and a flexion system. Your car has a drivetrain, it has braking system, a steering system, and a suspension system. It's got thousands of little parts in each one of those systems, but that's what you got to do. Who's ever driven a car that you thought the brakes feel like they need little help? Okay, don't go put more gas in the tank. Go get your brakes fixed. So we got to learn to think categorically, and that's what I try to help you to do. And that's what horsemen do. They make things simple. Horses are easy. Humans, that's a different story. Why? Because humans are natural till we're 12. Then we turn into practicing adults. And an adult is a human being who practices making simple things difficult and is easily addicted to linear thinking. They want their process to look like their product, and then they write rules about it and try to get everybody else to follow the rules. Horses, surfing, music, nature, these are laws of nature. You don't make rules. You have to learn how to play with the nature of the horse. So many people, they get mad at the horse. They go, dang, stupid horse. But look at this. Whenever you point at something or somebody, you got 3 fingers pointing right back at yourself. And that's the truth. This is the greatest part about this. This is why horses are a mirror. This is Slick. Slick's mama is 25 or 6 years old now, and she's out of a world champion mare named Smart Date. Her name is Scooter. Scooter's living right over here in our little retirement pasture over here on the back side. And he's 4 years old now. And every horse has a combination. Who remembers having a combination lock in high school? You had to remember one to the right, 2 to the left, 3 to the right, and again, something like that. And you could mess it up just by one number or one spin, too little or too, and you don't open. And that's the way a horse is. There's a special combination to be able to get to their heart, then to their head, then to their emotions, and then to their body in that order. So this is what we've done over the years. We've put together a program where it teaches people mental, emotional, physical, and even spiritual skills that you need to be great with horses, to achieve something called equus. So I've got a question here. Who's ready to win something? Okay, wait. I only reward enthusiasm. If I get your name out of the hat or whatever I'm going to do, and you do not respond with game show enthusiasm, we're only going to give you the package it comes in. So on 3, show me what game show enthusiasm looks like, sounds like, feels like. Who wants to win something?
So start at the very beginning, get started right. And that's our level 1 and then into our level 2 program. That's going to get you started on the ground and then transition you up into the saddle and get your riding program off with a really strong foundation.
The average person who gets in our program, you ready for this? The average person who starts our level 1 program has had horses more than 5 years. We put a levels program together, level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, 5. But you know what the average level of somebody is when they join our program? Negative level 3. Because By the time you've heard all the wives' tales and the mythology and what your uncle said and your grandpa said and your next door neighbor, you've got so many misconceptions and habits that are dysfunctional that we got to get you all the way up. So I have a lot of people thinking level 1. Well, I'm not new to horses. This is horsemanship, the perpetual and progressive series of habits and skills that both horses and humans need on the ground and in the saddle, and to become perfect partners in preparation for purpose and performance. So that's what this is. This is way above. This is not riding lessons. This is how to become part horse. If I could just pour about a gallon of horse into humans and about an ounce of human into the horse, we'd have something pretty special, a horseman.
Can you all help me out here? Can you get your green Pirelli bags out and pull this pamphlet out? It says Pirelli Natural Horsemanship. I recognize that guy on there.
Pull it out. There's a pamphlet in there.
Pull it
There's
out.
a couple of pamphlets.
And don't hide those bags, because there's some other stuff in those bags we're going to talk about here in just a second. Pull that out. And then what we're about to give away, Pat, is not only a level 1 program, but also a level 2 program and a 30-day free trial of our membership club called the Savvy Club.
Savvy Club. Okay.
All right.
How are we going to do that?
Oh, well, open up your pamphlet here. Can anybody find on this pamphlet somewhere along what we call the student journey? Does anybody have some stars upon theirs?
Anybody get a
Anybody
star?
have
Look
some
on there.
little stars
We with some special.
somewhere on this.
Look on there. Somebody's got a
pamphlet.
star on there. You were a winner and didn't even know it.
I know they're there because we hit them just this morning.
What did Roger Miller say? Kansas City Star. You ought to see what I are. You lately.
Oh, Pat.
We
Oh,
got
they're
a
not
winner?
game show enthusiasm, but we've got a winner.
Let's see. We got a winner. Got to come on down. Where's our winner? Where's our winner at, Julie? Come on down. Let's see. Let me see. No fib. Oh, look, you do have the red star. And what's your name?
Melinda.
Melinda. Where are you from?
Georgetown, South Carolina.
Georgetown, South Carolina. You know why they call it Georgetown?
What's that?
No, I'm not. I'm asking you the questions.
What about it?
Why do they call it Georgetown?
Because of George.
Because of George. I think it was King George. It was, and then there's King's Tree just this side of, kind of getting the picture.
It was named for the tree.
And it was named for the tree. Yeah, that was. But we're talking about George right now. All righty. So have you got horses?
I do.
What kind of horse you got?
I've got 3/4 horses and a paint.
3/4 horses. Well, if you had 4, you'd have a whole horse.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's like a half linger. If you had the big one, it'd be a full linger.
Yeah.
Okay. And what's the other horse?
A paint.
A paint. That's enough to make a whole horse.
Yeah.
And you ride very often?
Not very.
How come?
3 old horses and an old lady.
3 old horses and this thing called gravity?
Yeah.
Yeah. What I'm going to do is our level 1 and 2 program has a wonderful on the ground, how to play with your horse's nature on the ground and how to be safe in the saddle. We're going to teach you how to, if something doesn't go right, how to put use the fire extinguisher to get the fire out quick. All right? So congratulations. Where do they need to go?
Okay, Alicia, can you stand up? I just saw Alicia. See this beautiful blonde? She's German. She's
Where's she at?
single. She's lovely.
Oh, there she is.
You're going to go find Alicia afterwards. She'll be based at the courses table. So as you're exiting, make sure you go by and she'll get you all your information.
Our home study program levels 1 and 2.
All right, y'all. One more piece of paper. I would love for you all. Please join me and pull this out. It says on the front, a Horse Psychology Summit 2026. It's got a really good picture of you on there, Pat.
Oh, wow.
This one over here from 1982 when you gave your first seminar.
1982.
Did
Somebody got a star?
Find something?
All right, look, that's game show enthusiasm. Come on down. Look at that. Look at that. Okay. What's your name? Heather. Hi, Heather. How are you? Where are you from, Heather?
I live in Andrews.
Andrew, that ain't far. Even I know where Andrews is. And have you got horses?
Yes.
Oh, good. A lot? Do you need a bank loan?
Yes.
Yes. All right. Well, you guess what? You're going to get to come. And how many tickets? Two tickets to our annual. This will be our 45th annual summit. It'll be here in March, the 20, 21, 22. And it's going to be right here in this pavilion. And she needs to go see.
Guess who she needs to go see?
She's single?
She is.
And she's
Alicia.
I heard she's a good dancer and likes cupcakes.
She sure does.
So let's give Heather a big congratulations. You go see Alicia back there, but her booth is right over there when we're done, okay? Give her a big hand, guys. How many people said wow once today? More than once. Then the next word out of your mouth has got to be what? How? How do you do this? How can I do this? That's what we want you to do is to find out how you can do our home study program. Just do levels 1 and 2. You'll be surprised what you can do if you do levels 1 and 2. Number 1. Number 2, come to our horse psychology summit. We're going to have all kinds of different horses, little bitty babies. We're going to have some older horses, different breeds, all sorts of different things. Horses with some challenges, horses doing performance. You're even going to get to see Emma Kate the Great and all kinds of things. So who wants to come to our horse psychology summit? Okay? All right. We'll take advantage of that offer today. And then if not, it's going to sell. Last year it sold out. So we did was it 3 years ago, we did our summit. It was a wild horse taming. We captured 8 wild cracker Mustangs out of Florida, out of the prairie, out of a herd of 30. We cut off 8. We tamed all 8 of them in 3 days in front of over 1,000 people. And we had 32,000 people on the live stream. All right. So those 2 Mustangs, or the little Palomino you saw and the little white horse, were the wildest 2. So Kat and I adopted those 2. All right. And look at them today. When you start to realize, and if you could have seen, can they get a video of that or watch that video? Is that still available?
It is not available currently, but if you guys are interested in it, we'll find a way to get you some clips of it.
But I mean, that would be the kind of thing that, like, if you could see how wild they were.
Yeah.
How many people here ever saw the National Geographic Mustang Challenge that I did on TV? Did you guys see? Oh, a bunch of you. Okay, good. What happened was, years ago, I got a phone call, and they said, "Hi, this is Ian from National Geographic," and I said, "Oh, hi, how are you?" And anyway, they said, "Would you take the Mustang Challenge?" And I said, "Yes." What is it? They said there's a herd of wild Mustangs that they think in New Mexico probably came from the conquistadors, and they wanted to do DNA testing on it. They had tried for 4 years out with motorcycles. People got hurt, horses got hurt. They got 0 results. They gave me, I said, "How long do I have to tame the whole herd?" 3 days. Had to capture them, had to get them gathered up without any restraints or any thing. We just took some pre-foot panels in a box canyon, got them up there, herded them up there from out. It was only a 1.5 million acre desert property. What do you call it? Laguna Pueblo. 3 days later, we rode every single horse, and we had every horse gentle enough in 3 days to draw blood on them. The veterinarians came out and draw blood on them and they found out they had 27% DNA from the Spanish Mustangs that had come over. So you can go to National Geographic, and you can get it on YouTube still. Go look it up. And so that was one of my funnest things I ever did, was took the Mustang Challenge and did. And then, I don't know if you know this, but 6 weeks ago, I don't know if it was that long ago, I went to Canada, and they had the Horseman's Challenge up there. They had the
Heart of the Horse.
Heart of the Horse, the colt starting contest. Oldest guy ever to win it. Beat all the young guys.
Yeah. Pat, before I
What else we got?
transition out of here, this same card, Horse Psychology Summit on one side, could y'all flip it over and take a look at this other side? I can get that for you, Pat.
I got it. I got it.
Okay. All right.
They want to see if I can mount my horse or not.
We teach you that too in level 2. There's a savvy way to do everything.
Let me show them how to do it wrong. You ready?
Okay.
This is how everybody mounts their horse. They climb up their horse like they're climbing up a ladder. And they're looking over here into failure. Watch how I do it. I look at my horse's head and I put my hands like this instead of like this, because if the horse takes off, you got nothing. But if you're like this, you've got a chance to get a hold of your horse and get back down safely. So most people don't even mount their horse safely. So we're going to teach you how to do it like this and go back like that. Not bad for an old man, huh? Or grandpa. All right.
All right, Pat. So I'm going to leave you with this. We want to cast a vision here for you all about this horse foundation. And Pat shared his heart behind it earlier today. Now we're going to give some real life examples of people who have followed the program. They've gotten amazing results. We're going to let them share their stories with you. We're going to start with a homegrown Pirelli and a homegrown gal from Johnsonville, right? So let's bring in Caton Pirelli.
Caton Ryder Pirelli. Let's give my son Caton Ryder Pirelli a nice welcome, please, would you? Caton is 42 years old, and 42 years ago, just ride around, just like that. Just ride around. Just show him what you can do. Nice and soft. And at 3 months of age, he went into a coma. He had a condition called hydrocephalus. They call it water on the brain. It's actually spinal cranial fluid. And they said they had to put a shunt in, and they said if he lived through the night, he'll probably never walk or talk, and we should institutionalize him. And I said, no, I got him here. I'm going to take care of him. He slept in my bed for 6 years because he couldn't walk for the first 6 years. And I had a horse named Sparky, and when he was about 6 years old, he finally got his synapses to be able to tell his legs to get Sparky to go. And he'd take the saddle strings and he'd spank him like this, and pretty soon Sparky would fly across the arena. I had Sparky voice trained, so I could just say, whoa, and he'd stop. They used to seatbelt him on his horse. And ever since then, Caton rides with me almost every day. He's also single. There you go. Let's see it, just make it smaller, turn your fingernails up, sit back, fingernails up, spin them around. There we go, good, and on out, good, on out. And Caton rides with me every day. Try using your right hand now, try using your right hand, sweetheart. Caton, can you hear me? Try using your right hand. So he had a stroke when he was 12 years old. He lost everything on the right side of his body. Why? I went to Australia and we homeschooled both our kids, and they went to, he wanted to go to public school. 2 weeks after he was at public school, they said he was hyperactive like his dad, and they wanted to give him Ritalin, and I said no. His mom said yes. 4 days later, we had a massive stroke. They have proven now that Ritalin, if you have a protein C, not vitamin C, protein C, which is the coagulation protein in your body, and Ritalin can cause aneurysms and strokes. So he's lived through everything, flying lead changes, good job. Now the other way. There we go. And now the other way. Now the other way. Good, beautiful. No, just one. Stop. Drop your reins and see if you can back your horse up without touching the rein. Drop them. Let go. Fold your arms. There you go, huh? Now, Caton, I want you to get on the ground and show us what you can do on the ground real quick, okay? Get your feet out of the stirrup. Easy. Now what I want you to do is put the rein, tie one rein around the horn, to just, to get your figure 8 on the horn, or your loop on the horn. Half hitch, that's what I meant to say. There you go. A little longer, it's pulling on her mouth. Okay, now what I want you to do is get across the arena, go that way, head that way. Get at the end of your rein, all the way to the end, all the way to the end. Now I want to see you run, and stop and back her up. Back her up, turn and face, back her up, easy, turn and face, back her up. Just stand still, stand still and back her up. Can you use your other hand? Try the other hand. Attaboy, that's good. Now let's see you get on. Okay. So I have been his handicap riding program for 42 years. That doesn't mean I know how to help anybody else, but Kate and I did demonstrations all over the United States and Canada. We raised over $600,000 and gave all the money to the North American Riding for the Handicap. And, well, thank you very much. But here's the difference. Hippotherapy is wonderful. All kinds of things you can do and help people. First of all, horses are wonderful therapy. How many people believe horses are therapy for you? There you go, all right. Okay? But it's not until I start to realize that you can do things with your horse. Okay, so when we were in Colorado, I'd say, Caton, we had 1,000 acres in Colorado. By the way, we just sold our ranch in Colorado. We had a campus there. We had a campus in Florida, one in Switzerland, and one in Australia. Sold all them when we moved to Johnsonville, South Carolina. We got one place. That's enough, Caton. And so I would say to him, I want 27 head of cattle. And he'd say, Dad, can I take my dogs? I'd say, sure. He might come back with 20 or 40 or 3, but every morning he'd go out and he'd say, where are they? And I said, I don't know. Ask the cows. It's the synapses of the doing. So what we're going to do here, we're going to try a little something. Emma, Kate, you want to move over there to that side? We're going to try something here kind of fun and see if we can get Caton to show you what he can do on a horse. Now, Caton has won 5 belt buckles against able-bodied people in cutting, reining, and rein cow horse. And so what we're going to do here is we're going to play a little game with this cow. And this is what I call the wow cow. Okay, Caton, I want you to follow this cow. You ready? Follow the cow. Now this cow is not mine. Let's get behind it. Get behind it. It belongs to a new friend that I have named Joey Lewis. Joey, are you here? You're still here? Here, stand out front. This is Joey Lewis. He's a horse trainer, lives over there in Hemingway, and he has a wonderful program over there helping people with Western performance. Let's thank Joey for loaning me his wow cow for a couple of... Thank you very much, Joey. Okay, now, Caton, drop your hands, drop your reins, shut your eyes, sit down. Open your eyes. Okay, now, Caton, just no reins. Okay, move her hindquarters out of the way, side pass her toward me, and leave her alone. Now, right leg. Push on the horn. Don't do anything. Sit there. Left leg. Go. Go. Fold your arms. Fold your arms. Can you fold your arms? And the crowd goes wild. Give him a hand. Good job, Caden. Oh. Give me 5, Clive. Okay. All righty. So, if you head over there, I got what I am so proud of is his tenacity. His older sister's 2 years older, and she is so talented with horses. And she would, if she ever never rode a horse again, she'd be just as happy as if she ever did ride one. With all of his challenges, he rides every single day. Matter of fact, here about 2 months ago, he said, "Dad, can we take a day off?" He said, "Not if you want to be a champion. I ride every single day that I get a chance." And, you know, I waited a little, I was a little late on getting started with horses. I waited till I was 3. But I've been going pretty hard at it ever since. But it's about learning. I've made every mistake you can make. My goal is to help you save 2 decades. Who wouldn't mind saving 2 decades? There's 87,760 hours in a decade, so that's just double that. And now you're starting to be about 170,000 hours down the road. And so how is it? Because we all think it's simple. Just kick them to go, pull them to stop, use the reins, turn, don't fall off. It's so much more than that. If you can understand what's going on inside the horse. And so then this is one of the reasons that we're putting together this foundation. The Horse Foundation stands for honoring our relationships through savvy education. And that's what our programs are, and this university. Matter of fact, we are the Harvard of horsemanship. That's why we got certified by the Higher Board of Education. Here's what the students that you saw today, they've been here, they're on a 3-month-long program, all right? What they're learning is horse psychology, learning how to teach horse psychology, learning facility design, maintenance, and management. They do everything here. They have to fix the fences. They have to maintain, because if they're going to be professionals, guess what? They're going to have to learn how to do that stuff. Raise your hand if you've ever made a mistake with your facility. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Oh, that cost because I. So that's it. They're here learning from all my mistakes that I've made. All right, and learning what would be the savviest way to do things, how to work together as a team. And the last thing they learn is they learn business. You're going to meet my wife in just a little while. She runs 3 of her businesses and 5 of mine. She's done 2 TED Talks, and she's a registered TED Talk coach. She's been the president of 3 Toastmasters clubs. She helped start the Intercollegiate Horse Show Association. She rode both English and Western. She was in the top 1% of the hunter jumper world here on the East Coast before she broke her neck 13 years ago. She was in a halo device, in and out of paralysis for months and months and months. You know those halo where they screw it in your head? And she discovered a product called, the value of red far infrared light therapy. Then she found out they were doing experiments over in Asia by putting 30 lead-free minerals into a fabric, and it imitates far infrared light. She healed herself, and now she has the product for horses, humans, and hounds. You'll meet her in just a little while. But we together have a youth initiative, putting things together so that we can have our the horse future to build superstars together. So I'm going to introduce you to, you met her a little earlier. This is Emma Kate the Great. Come on out here. We'll welcome Emma Kate. And as we meet Emma Kate, I want you to meet Emma Kate's mom. Emma Kate's mom, are you out there? Come on out here. Mom, come on. And I want you to meet Emma Kate's grandma. Is Emma Kate's grandma here? Come on, Grandma. And come on, this is Miss Kelly Altman, and this is Patricia. Brockman and Brockway. And if only we had been so late, great grandma, 94 years old, just went home to take a nap. So let's give the whole Altman family. We got 14-year-old Emma Kate the Great. We got Miss Kelly, was a good barrel racer in her time, and Miss Patricia, who's the best cook in 10 counties. And let's give them the Altman family. They're right next door to us. All right. So now Emma Kate is getting ready for her first high school rodeo, which is 4 days after I get back from Italy. Okay, and so I've been riding her horse. Those of you saw me riding a pretty bay horse this morning. That's her horse. I've been riding, trying to get the horse ready and get her ready. So what I want you to do, Emma Kate, is walk toward that cow. Now back up. Back up. When that cow's coming at you, you better back up. And you better walk toward it. Easy walk, don't go fast. Now use your right leg. Push on that horn. Now I like to use words that make sense. Go to sleep. You ready? Watch. Now just relax. Squeeze with both. We're going to show you a little bit of psychology here. We're going to see what this horse is thinking. Squeeze with both your spurs and see what easy, slow. What does she do? Does she look at the cow? Okay, she's looking at the cow. Just relax. Ready? Now go to sleep. Keep your hand down. Just relax. Now see where that horse is looking? Just squeeze, turn your toes out. There, when she looks, there we go. Sit. And just relax. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Right leg, right leg. Good. Left leg, left leg. Get the left. Get her away, get her away, get her away. Give her a hand. Emma Kate the Great, right here from Johnsonville, South Carolina. We're teaching the kids. Who'd like to see your grandkids or your kids? You can keep playing that song. I love that song.
I met a cowboy riding the range one day.
Let's see if she can boogie woogie in the saddle. Let's see you do a little dance here.
The most peculiar cowboy song. It was a ditty he learned in the city. Come a tie hi yeah. Come a tie hippity yeah. Now get along. Get hip, little dog. He's getting along. Better be on your way. Get along. Get hip, little dog. He chopped him on down that old fairway, singing his cow boogie in the strangest way. Come a tie hippity now singing his cowboy songs. He's just too much. He's got a knocked out western accent with a Dixie touch. He was a rest on the way. He's what you call a swinging happy.
Give her a hand right there. Give it up. Emma Kate Altman, next door neighbor. Raise your hand if you wished you lived next door to Cat and Pat Pirelli. Well, guess what? You live close enough. You live close enough because we're having that Get Started clinic next weekend. Even if you don't bring your horse, you can come watch. We've got our home study program. We've got next March, we're going to have our 3 days we're so excited to be into this community and to be able to have the beautiful place here for perpetuity. In case you don't know, you haven't figured it out yet, nobody gets out of here alive. The only person I've known or ever heard of that knew 10 years to the day and the hour and the minute that he was going to die was my great-great-uncle, second removed. You know how he knew? The judge told him. Emma Kate, why don't you follow that cow on out of here, okay? Let's give Emma Kate another big hand. She's doing a great job. And thank Joey Lewis again. All right.
All right, Pat. We're going to do a little transition now to one of the other students that you've had for quite a while now, and she's got a story coming out of Canada. We do have some AV to go on the Jumbotron. Are you ready for that?
If I had said to the doctors or the nurses that I would be doing what I'm doing now, they would have probably had my morphine drip turned off because they would have thought I was delusional.
Unfortunately for Lorraine, those feelings were all too real. Having spent her formative years around horses, her dreams of pursuing an equestrian career came to a life-altering stop in 2000. At work in a barn, her back was on the receiving end of a tumbling bale of hay. The accident left her paralyzed from the waist down, breaking her back, but not her spirit. She was convinced that her equestrian career was over for good, until a persistent coach finally talked her into riding again.
When I broke my back, I had decided I never wanted to ride again, and it was because in my mind it wasn't even an option. I had reached a level of riding before I broke my back that I didn't ever think I'd be capable of achieving again, and I didn't want to take that avenue. I had to come to the realization that it was still my choice, it was still an option to ride, and to see how far I could take it. You never know what's possible. At first I just thought it was giving me my legs back, and actually it's given me a really good, happy life. For me, riding, it's more than just sitting on a horse, it's more than just a sport. It's developing a partnership with another being. And so for me, it's just every day, everything from, cleaning up the stall, their manure, to feeding them. It's a responsibility and it's a challenge, and I love everything about it. I love the smell, I love the feel, I love the sound.
4 years later, she competed in Athens at the 2004 Paralympic Games, finishing 5th and 7th in her 2 para-dressage events. By 2008, her steely determination paid off twice over when she reached the pinnacle of her sport, winning silver and gold in para-dressage at the Beijing Paralympics.
And when I came out of the arena, I knew I had at least won another silver medal, and there's this phenomenal picture of me. I'm like, mouth open wide, like, no! Can't believe it. And then the other rider went, and everybody was like, you just won a gold medal. And I don't know why people do this, but it's like a big denial thing, and all you can hear me saying is, no, don't say that yet, it's not confirmed. I'm like, no, and we have it all on video. I think I said no 50 times. It was like a huge denial. And then when it was actually confirmed, I guess I screamed a lot. At that point, all I could do was go to the barn. And I was tears rolling down my face. And I didn't talk to anybody because it was just, all I wanted to do was see my horse. And when I saw her, all I could do was thank her because she had given me my dream and my goal, and she was eating hay and had absolutely no idea what she just helped me achieve.
Having cemented her spot in the annals of Canadian sport, her newfound notoriety led her to a front and center position during the Olympic torch relay. She was honored to carry the torch in her hometown of Langley before friends, family, and community supporters. It was an experience that was truly humbling.
I would say there's 7 things that helped me get there, and that was my attitude, the tools that I found over the last years, the knowledge and the techniques I found, the time that I put in, because a lot of people, I don't think, realize the amount of time that you need to put in, having a good imagination, and I've had a phenomenal support system, phenomenal. And I think all 7 of those things had to be there for everything to work out. So life is full of challenges, and it's sort of how do you figure out how to get through them and come out on the other end with a smile on your face.
We have her here today. Please welcome Loren Barwick. Come on out here, Loren.
I still cry when I watch that. My kids are sitting there and my daughter's like, "Are you crying?" Maybe, just a little. Just a little. Yeah, I have a hard time watching that. Glad to be here, Pat. Thank you for having me, Pat and Kat.
If you'll turn, my horse will cut you. Turn.
I can go pretty fast, Pat. Come on, can you? Oh, but the cow turned the wrong way.
There we go. Let's give Loren a nice welcome.
I did have the governor taken off the chair.
Yeah.
Don't tell my doctor.
All righty.
Okay. We drove up last night after trick-or-treating. My family is here, and I'll introduce them a little bit later.
All that sugar.
Yep.
helped her,
Yep. They climbed up into the car, costumes, bags of candy, and I just said they'll crash.
They drove up from Ocala, Florida, so a good small little 7-hour trip.
Yeah, it was good. After you've had a tragic accident, there's a few things that you look for, and one of them is purpose, your why, what's your purpose and what's your why, and the other is a sense of belonging, because from the get-go you ask for help a lot, and so a sense of belonging and where can you participate in life and in your community and not just keep asking for help. And for me, riding horses, as you saw in the video, wasn't an option at first. And my coach helped me get back on, and I went to an Olympics, but I didn't feel like I was doing it the way I wanted to. I wanted to have partnership, and I wanted the horse to be on the podium with me, not because of me. And that's when I met Pirelli's, and I got an invite to Colorado to have an interview, and did things that I never imagined I could do.
It was a two-week long interview, if I remember right.
2 weeks long, yep. And I got to ride Caton's horse Liberty Major and Pat's horse Magic, and I went up and down mountains, and I would cry at the end of the day because of what was possible. Okay? I'd spent the first 4 years relearning how to ride paralyzed. And then when I met Pat, he opened the doors. I hadn't been outside of an arena. And here he, up and down mountains, and he kept looking back and saying, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "I cried." "Why are you crying?" "It's okay. They're happy tears. I promise." And then I had an invite to Florida, and I flew down to Florida. And we agreed to work together to help me, sponsor me to go all the way to Beijing Olympics. And what I want you to know is before that, I was working in a bank. I had a job, but I didn't have purpose. I didn't know my why, because before I broke my back, I wanted a career in horses, specifically in the movie industry. Anybody watched Nothing Too Good for a Cowboy? Nope, okay. Black Stallion series. Wow, okay, tough crowd. 13th Warrior. Okay, never mind.
There's somebody back there. Somebody back there raised their hand.
I was in those. Yeah. There you go. Now you'll watch them. Okay. I did not see a life in horses, but I still was seeking my why. And I learned one thing I want to backtrack about participating in more than just me, finding your purpose, but also how to give back. And during my rehab, I started sailing. Anybody here been sailing? Can you imagine?
Water people here, yeah.
Can you imagine sailing paralyzed? Okay, I started sailing, and this boat isn't able to fall over. And I got asked if I would come down and volunteer. I was 3 months post-injury, guys. You guys realize I can't feel anything from the belly button down. Okay, no feeling, no movement. And I said, sure. And I thought I'd be, doing paperwork. And they said, no, you're going to take these kids out on the boat. What? Me? Oh, we're sure you can do it. 3 months. And for 3 months, you guys, I have only been asking other people for help. Okay? And I'm somebody who hates asking for help. Anybody here also hate asking for help? But sometimes we need help. And a little help goes a long way. And as I was dragging my body into the back of the boat, the mother was looking at me like, what are you doing? Oh, I'm going to take your kid out. They're sure I can do it. And she handed me a rag and said, well, and I said, what's that for? And he, oh, when the kid is having fun, sometimes he throws up. Thank you. Yeah, great, right? And as I was careening across the bay, and I looked down, and this little boy, Ronald McDonald Day, this little boy with a disability, started smiling and laughing. I reached for the rag and realized that I was able to still give back in this body and be a part of something bigger than me. It's a very powerful feeling, you guys. A little help goes a long way. So a lot of people go, well, I don't know how I could help. Ask. Get out there. Okay? In your own little way. Then, as I mentioned, I met Pat, and I had an interview, and I took a jump onto a plane and went to Colorado, went to Florida, and then I left my job, left a bunch of horses at home, started riding Pat's horses, put hours and hours and hours in, and as you saw, achieved my dreams. But not only did I win a gold and silver medal, I rode 5 horses a day. I was part of a team, and I helped feed horses. I helped clean stalls. I helped clean tack. I helped work in the office. I helped build fences. I helped dig ditches. I helped drive the four-wheeler. I supported the team. I was part of managing the office. I also got an education, you guys, which is the most valuable. And do you know what I did this year? I wasn't working in a bank. I taught over 150 students this year. I traveled all over Canada and America, teaching clinics, teaching people. If I can do it in a wheelchair, what's your excuse? So, for me, when I say the 7 keys to success, I learned that through Pirelli. I learned that in the end, we all need a little support. And I'm here to support Pat and the foundation. And I'm encouraging you guys to as well. Thank you for having me tonight.
Let's give her a big hand, guys. But I want to show you something even better. She's the mother of 2 beautiful children. Bring your kids, bring your husband and kids out, please.
I forgot about them.
Forgot about them.
5 minutes of freedom. 5 minutes of freedom.
Being in a wheelchair, doing all of that. She's been to every Paralympics since and the World Equestrian Games. And decided to be a mother. And look at these beautiful kids here.
My daughter Viola, she's 8. My son Braxton, my husband Fabian, who is also training horses. I know it's inappropriate to date your students, but that's what happened. And the thing is when you compete internationally, I've been to 5 games, you guys, 5 games. You have to plan when you're going to have babies carefully. Yeah. And so she's she's 8, so think games are every 4 years, and he's 3, and the Olympic was delayed 1 year because of COVID. So very planned, and they traveled with me, and there you go. It was hard keeping today.
Let's give her a big hand. A mom on top of all of that. Thank you, Loren. Loren lived with us for 6 years. We had wheelchair ramps in every building. And yes, we sponsored her. Yes, we didn't have a foundation then to help with students like that. We did it. But more than that, she gave us more than we ever gave her. Because when you're around somebody like Loren Barwick that has the heart of a champion, that does things what she does. So let's give her one more thank you. We're putting this foundation together for generations to come. And so she drove all the way up here just to be with you so she could share that. Julie?
Yeah, we have one more special story to share. This is another generation, another education story, and it's a special one. So we have a couple. They weren't a couple when they first came to Pirelli, but they are now both 5-star master instructors. They also have a son together, and they performed at our 41st anniversary event and did a fantastic family spotlight there. Well, unfortunately, John had to stay home. His wife Kathy's here, but we're going to direct your attention one more time to the Jumbotron and give you just a little taste of what we got to experience from this very talented Pirelli family.
This is my dream come true. Let's give the Barr family a big congratulations. Let me bring out here the mom. This is Kathy Barr. Please welcome her. Kathy, how old were you when you came and started studying with us in Colorado?
19.
19 years old. And that was in 1996?
Just a few years ago.
Huh? About 1996, right?
I was into, I think, 99 is when it first
99,
came
okay.
out,
I knew it was still in the 90s.
Yep.
Somewhere. Tell your story.
So I first came out and met Pat because I had a vision with horses that I wanted to compete, but I wanted my horses to like me at the end of the competition day. And the trainers I was working for at the time, they were winning, but the horses weren't very happy to see them, and they weren't happy in the stables. So I actually went to an event very similar to the one that Pat's going to do here in March, and that's where I first saw Pat. I found out what I needed to do, and I came back and I thought, I'll figure this out. It'll only take about a year. I ended up living at Pat's Ranch for the next 10 years. So I worked my way through being a working student, and I thought I was just going to learn about horses. I ended up meeting my husband, John, there, who's also a 5-star instructor. And then we have our son now, Luke. So John and Luke, I got to come here this weekend, and they're keeping everything running at home for us. So I thought I was just coming for horses. I thought I was just going to stay for a little bit of time. But what I found, a little bit like Loren said, was community, family, an entirely different lifestyle and approach to life. So now we have our place in Kentucky, and we're trying to give forward like Pat gave to us. We're bringing students forward, and we're super proud because one of the students that spent some time with us, Francesca, is here now with Pat.
Yeah. So these are all the students that we had that you were just talking about, and Francesca here not only did that, but it cost them $12,000 to come study here for the 12 weeks. John and Kathy paid for half of her, donated half of her tuition. So let's give the Barrs a big thank you for that. And John was my helper in Canada to win that contest. We won $10,000 Canadian, and I promised John on the way there, if he'd go help me, that I'd give him half the money. As soon as we won it, we went and had a dinner on the way before we had to go home, and he said, I want to take that money and I want to make it be seed money for the foundation, the horse foundation. So Kat and I decided, isn't that nice? So not only they paid for half of her thing, he took half of his $10,000 and donated it, and so Kat and I did the same thing. So we took the whole check and we donated that to the whole, for the seed money for the Horse Foundation, honoring our relationship through Savvy Education. And as she said, so let's give everybody here, and let's look into, you're looking at the future here. These are some other students who have all started with us before. We got Alicia here from Germany, and she went through their program and now is a 2-star instructor. We've got Robin, who's the head of faculty here. She's now a 4-star instructor. And we have here Lori Northrup, and she has been a 3-star instructor, but she's also has helped us over the years with philanthropy for the last probably 15 years or so. And we have Molly Vaca here. Molly is now the mother of how many children? 5 babies. And I got to tell you one little story here. One day, Molly was walking across the parking lot, and she'd been with me for 2 years and doing it like this. All these students get a full education, not just the horses, but how to teach, how to do business, how to do the office stuff, how to do social media, how to do the facility. And she was limping. And I said, why are you limping? She goes, because my prosthetic hurts. I go, prosthetic? What prosthetic? She says, yeah, I'd lost my ankle when she was a 3-year-old. It was 3 years old, right? Huh? 2-year-old. She fell off her grandpa's tractor and lost her ankle. And all these years, she'd been with us for 2 years, had no idea, never complained one time, and had been through that. So Molly's that. She's now a, what do you call it? A 3-star instructor, but Young Living, and we buy all of our essential oils through her. And we have Julie here, who you've met all day long, and she's a 5-star instructor. And we have Loren Barwick, who's not only a 4-star instructor, but she is right now the head of our auditions and that we have for our things. And one of my longest, if not my longest standing instructor, 6-star instructor, Dave Ellis. Please welcome all my instructors. All right. And now, I'd like to reintroduce to you my beautiful wife, Kat. Please welcome Kat.
Thank you, babe. All right. Wow, did you guys enjoy today? Amazing. Aren't these folks amazing? Give it up for them one more time. Excellent. So I normally do not speak at these events. And as a matter of fact, Julie and Pat, I knew that this whole crowd would inspire everyone so much. And I also know that people remember the endings of things. So this is a very large amount of pressure for me to come in here and try to blow your socks off. So I'm not going to do that, and I'm the only one not in cowboy or cowgirl gear. But I do want to take a moment, and really I just want to share my heart, and I feel like so many of these people here today have done that. The number one question I am asked is, what happens when Pat is not able to do what he does every day? And people sometimes ask me alone or Pat and I together like it's some sort of secret. And what I really want to share is that Pat and I have stayed up so many nights late talking about this. Like, how can we structure the plan for perpetuity and for legacy? And the Horse Foundation is really what that is. It's going to allow this campus that, God willing, is here in perpetuity for students like these, all the way from almost high school. Well, Emma Kate is certainly high school aged, all the way up to retirement age, for people to come to a safe learning environment and really be able to learn humane and ethical training for horses, but also be able to grow themselves. And Pat shared a little bit about me, and a lot of you guys know I'm Pat's wife. All of you know that at this point, but what you may not know about me is that I grew up in the competitive horse riding world. And unfortunately, I was exposed and really normalized inhumane training techniques. And it's something that I have become, I was normalized to it. Now I'm extremely sensitive to it. And what I have learned is that I really believed, when I used to see people using mechanics, bigger bits, fear, intimidation, drugs, all of the things to make these horses perform, what do you always hear? Show that horse who's boss. Good luck.
Good luck trying to manhandle a 1,200-pound animal. And today we've been able to see that we can become friends and partners with these horses. And innately, I knew that all that stuff I believed as a little girl, that all the Black Beauty, Red Velvet, all the Black Stallion, all of those amazing fairy tales, I was told they were fairy tales, that couldn't happen. And that is not true. What we have seen here today is that a horse will run faster and he will jump higher out of heart and desire. And being able to have a place that fosters that environment for these beautiful creatures is so incredible. To take care of the horses and the humans that love them. I'm a business person, and I have studied many different leadership trainings and tactics. And one of my favorite leadership books is called Tribal Leadership. If you're familiar with it, fantastic. Who has heard of tribal leadership? Anyone? Okay, couple of hands. I wouldn't expect that at a horse event, but I'm glad you've heard of it. So tribal leadership, I mean, on the most fundamental way of explaining it, there's 5 tribes of people. Tribe 1, they're people who just they believe that life sucks. Okay, these are people who are hopeless. They're looking at ways to end their life. They've really hit rock bottom. Tribe 2 is my life sucks. Misery loves company. You probably have been around somebody like this, and they can easily pull you down. Tribe 3, and there's a lot of successful people who are Tribe 3, and that is, I'm great, but you're not. Then there's Tribe 4, which is we are great. And Tribe 5 is we will change the world. I have always aspired to be in an environment where we will change the world, a Tribe 5 environment. And I can honestly say, until I walked into a Pirelli event, I had never seen a live example, a living example of we will change the world. And I really give it back to my amazing husband who has changed the world. He has created a program and systematized something that you, me, these young men and women are able to accomplish something that is so complicated and make it simple. And that's really what we are here to do, is to provide an environment that allows for that. So I implore you all, and you guys are the last people here. I always stay when I speak for the last person in the line. They've waited the longest, and you know that they care. And you guys are here. I implore you guys to give to this horse foundation. This is the path. It is the plan for perpetuity. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, we need to go together. And you guys, that's one of my favorite African proverbs. You guys are the we. So I want to ask you guys, everybody was given a card that said the Horse Foundation. Please take it home, take it out now, scan the QR code whenever you feel comfortable. But please go to that landing page, read about what we're doing, and be a part of this journey with us. In a moment, here behind me, I am going to have put up on the screen a bunch of pictures. And we only have a few Pirelli professionals here. Raise your hand if you're an active professional. Excellent. Okay, and put your hands down. All of these people, raise your hand. You're trying to become one, and you will. These guys have done such a great job. So behind me, I am going to have our great video team back there put up a picture. And what I would like to do is ask you guys to join me and Pat to come up and lead us off in a savvy clap. Those guys in the back have done a great job after a long day. Let's give them a round of applause. All right, this is our worldwide community. That's over 150 of our Pirelli professionals that are in their corners of the world, in their countries, sharing this mission, teaching this program, making an impact. So, Pat, can I bring you up here?
Absolutely.
Great. I want you to please lead us off in a final savvy clap.
Thank you very much. First of all, let's give Kat a nice thank you for her presentation. Heartfelt. We put this foundation together for perpetuity's sake, and as you can see, we've got a beautiful campus here, and we plan on being here for you and yours and others. So please stand up, if you wouldn't mind. Again, everything we did today, we want to put it in your hearts, keep it in your mind, and get it to where it actually affects your life. Everybody, we're going to shake our hands a little bit, and we're going to say, Savvy. Thank you, guys. Let's work together to make the world a better place.